The Purpose of Life, a story of an atheist. My story begins in my first year of university, a year filled with many difficulties. My parents got divorced, I was in a car accident, and one of my friends passed away. I began asking myself, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? I started questioning the meaning of life. Since I was a Christian, I began searching for answers. I attended the church camp, where I found everyone singing words I didn't understand. I asked some of them the questions that have been troubling me, but instead of opening the Bible to provide answers, each person simply gave me their personal opinion. The answers were inconsistent, sometimes even contradictory. Even their concept of God seemed weak, contradictory, and unconvincing. How could a God be crucified and suffer harm? I realized that Christianity involved a lot of human interpretation and lacked clarity. While studying at university, I worked at a gas station. One of my colleagues was an Indian Hindu. I asked him about the Hindu god with the elephant head. Couldn't he have chosen a god with a lion's head instead? Hinduism did not appeal to me. I continued my search and looked into Judaism. However, after extensive research, I found that their concept of God was also contradictory, much like the inconsistencies I found among Christian priests. So, I did not find what I was looking for in Judaism either. Finally, I explored Buddhism and thought it might be the right path for me. But as I delved deeper, I realized that it was not actually a religion, rather, an attractive way of life. One day, a friend asked me about the religions I'd explored, so I told him I've looked into Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, and Buddhism. He asked, "What about Islam?" I replied, "I will never look into Islam. Why would I?" But sometime later, I found myself entering a masjid without removing my shoes, stepping onto the prayer carpet, almost stepping onto the head of someone in prostration. Then, I noticed the Imam walking towards me with a smile. He said, "It's a beautiful day, my friend. How are you?" This warm welcome from the Imam encouraged me to ask him my questions, the same ones I had asked before. What amazed me most was that whenever I asked them something, they wouldn't answer immediately. Instead, they would open the Quran and say, "Read here, my brother." There, I found clear, logical answers to my most difficult questions. After 2 weeks, I asked one of the Muslims, "Why don't you give me your personal opinion?" He responded, "When we talk about Allah's words, we don't give personal opinions." This response had a profound impact on me. I took a copy of the Quran home and began reading it. I realized it wasn't like reading a story. It was something that commanded me and guided me. One night, I reflected on the scientific truths in the Quran, such as the mountains being like pegs or the formation of the embryo in the womb. I said, "O Allah, guide me." My whole state changed. I felt that Allah had led me to the truth because such a beautiful and precisely designed universe could not exist without a creator. I decided to become a Muslim and declare my Shahada. The moment I said the Shahada, all fear and doubt left my mind. My kind treatment of my father made him realize that Islam is completely different from the lies spread about it. Because of this, he asked me for a copy of the Quran. I am confident that he will soon accept Islam, insha'Allah.